Welcome to part 7 of the Crash Bandicoot Let's Play. So, now that we are done with Slippery Climb, well, now that I'm done with Slippery Climb again, we are now doing Lights Out. And you know what, this is probably going to be the only level where I'm actually going to be talking about the level itself. Okay, the gimmick with Lights Out, or any of these dark levels that are going to be at least a smaller staple in the Crash series, well in the PS1 games anyway, the level is dark as balls. So what you have to do is you constantly have to find these light sources. And yeah, by the way, I'm not editing any deaths out for this video, because if I did, then this part would be one of the shortest parts in existence, and I would wonder what's the point. So, anyway, yeah. So the gimmick in the first game, with these dark levels anyway, is that Aku Aku is your light source, right? And you have to constantly find these Aku Aku masks. Every time you hit one, then the level lights up. If you get hit like that though, then you're shit out of luck. Because once it's dark, well, in a case like this one, okay, yeah. Once it's dark like that, you're pretty much screwed. Because you don't know, because in this level, bottomless pits are everywhere. They're like constantly moving platforms, and the only platforms that are not moving are these very skinny ledges. And, ooh. Every time I play these levels, it's pretty nerve-wracking. The problem with the first game, with these dark levels as well, is that since Aku Aku is your light source, it's also very easy to get hit. And since it's very easy to get hit, that means it's also very easy to lose your light. And right there, that was way too close for me. I almost spinned off the ledge. Good thing the Aku Aku mask was right there, otherwise I would have been screwed. The only hazards, though, are these rats and these swinging guillotines. Yes, I'm calling them guillotines because that's how I say. That's what I call them. Okay, some of it could be my fault, that I'm trying to cheese the level itself, but a lot of it. But again, every time you get hit, you lose your light. Hey, and actually, it's not like the light is infinite anyway, because Aku Aku does lose light in a short period of time. And yeah, so you only have a short amount of time before you can get to the next Aku Aku masks. The problem with these levels, because of these hazards and these bottomless pits, you constantly have to take your time. And since I lost the light, oh god, well, I made it. Yeah, I was lucky there. If I wasn't, then oh god, that would have ended badly. Yeah, those dark levels I just do not like at all. And another level where it's also pretty dark, but thankfully when I was recording this, I closed my blinds for both of these levels. Otherwise, well, the previous level anyway, would have been very unplayable. And honestly, when it comes to talking about new content, that's pretty much all I can really come up with at this point. Because, again, like I said, I'm not really cutting out any deaths, at least for this part. And I'm probably going to have to do that for parts 8 and above, just for the sake of time. Because, again, if I didn't cut any deaths out, then this video would be short. And I don't know, I wouldn't want my videos to be short. So, I gotta think of a random topic. Well, actually, before I go on, I just want to say that at this level, Jaws of Darkness is home to the second Cortex level, although I don't get all the tokens, so I wouldn't be able to show off the extra level anyway. Maybe later on when I have to replay this level just so I can record the next part, or I'll have to show the extra level off in an extra video, as well as 100% completion. just to show it off though. So anyway, just to bring up a random tangent for today, I might be a little, how should I say, struggling to get all these parts up, maybe for the rest of this Let's Play, or hell, maybe for the rest of the week. And that's only because, well, for one, I've been lazy, and, well, secondly, actually, I've also been, well, let's just say Friday night. Because of a certain stream that happened, the Sonic the Hedgehog 25th anniversary stream, and I know I probably shouldn't talk about Sonic, but since, again, there's no new content, I might as well bring this up now and bring out what's happening. Plus, I might as well give out my thoughts on what's coming out this year. So, tangents away. So, for those that actually have gone to the party, or, well, to those that actually watching this that have gone to the party, that's pretty cool that you did go. I hope you actually had a better time going to the party, as, well, at least a much better time actually going to the event than watching the live stream, because, my god, that live stream was atrocious. I'm talking like audio spikes, constantly crashed, ayo. And the fact that, they really just didn't know what they were doing for the most part. Like, at one point during the stream, they were gonna have a Sonic Boom Season 2, screening. Nice TNT hat. They're gonna have a nice Sonic Boom TNT. I almost said, why did I say that? Sonic Boom Season 2 screening, but then it cut to somewhere else, and that was pretty damn aggravating, because I actually do like that TV show, and I'm very curious where Season 2 is gonna be. But in terms of some of the other stuff that actually went on in that event, that was actually pretty clever. Well, not clever, but I think some of it did make up, well, some of the stuff that happened did make up for a lot of the technical difficulties that happened during the live stream, because, well, for one, we have Jun Sano and John Goelli. He make their performances on, you know, Live and Learn, Open Your Heart. They saved What I Made Up for Last. That was all swell. But then you also have the, that was close, damn it. But then you also have the, you know, the games that are coming out. Well, this year and next year, 2017. I already covered Sonic Boom Fire and Ice in one discussion, well, not a discussion video, but one video I made that's dedicated to it, bringing out my thoughts, well, bringing out everyone's thoughts when that game was first revealed. You have, well, first thought, well, I might as well get out my current thoughts of Fire and Ice right now. Fire and Ice, I don't think it's gonna flop per se, because I honestly think it's gonna do, well, I'm still keeping the bar pretty low in terms of expectations, because I know I won't forget Rise of Lyric. Again, I did a blind Let's Play on that, so I won't forget just how terrible Rise of Lyric was, but Shattered Crystal was okay, and I have faith in Sanzaru Games, because they not only developed that, which was better than Rise of Lyric, but they also made Sly 4 Thieves in Time, and, you know, Thieves in Time wasn't that bad of a game. And maybe it doesn't compare to Sly 2, or hell, even Sly 1. But, you know, again, still keeping my bar pretty low for Fire and Ice. I'm not expecting it to do as bad as, say, Rise of Lyric, but at the same time, my first reaction was, when I first heard about it, I was like, what the fuck? What the hell are they thinking? But after I calmed down, I just decided, you know what, maybe this won't be that bad. Again, it's Sanzaru Games, they did make Shattered Crystal, and to be fair, they actually did delay the game for about a year. Well, by a year, so I'm not really, so I'm growing a bit more optimistic towards Fire and Ice. I'm not saying it'll at least be the spectacular hit, but I'm at least expecting it to do decently, so to speak. But that's it but as of now, that's pretty much it for my current thoughts on Fire and Ice. So now I want to talk about what's coming out coming out next year, because we do have two main series games, one for classic and one for modern. In terms of what's been revealed first, I might as well give out Sonic Mania. When I first saw Sonic Mania, I was a bit confused, but at the same time, I actually do have high hopes for that game too. I actually do have high hopes for that game, because it's being developed by, Christian Whitehead, and Christian Whitehead is responsible for the Sonic 1, Sonic 2, and Sonic CD mobile ports, as well as the Sonic CD port on the PS3 and HD port. Well, not HD port, but, Sonic CD for PS3, Xbox 360, and PC. The newer version, I should say. Just seeing Christian Whitehead do a game, a classic game nonetheless, by ripping it straight out of the Genesis, well, the Genesis days, just to appeal to the classic fans, because we know how much of a pain in the ass those guys can be. I apologize if you're a classic Sonic fan watching this, but a lot of them really aren't all that great. They're really just nitpicky and ugh. Same goes for the Sonic Boom haters. Well, the TV show anyway. I can understand why you might hate the games, but the TV show ain't all that bad. Again. But going back to Mania. Mania, I think when I first saw Mania, I'm excited, but at the same time, I'm kind of hoping that it won't be. I was kind of hoping that it wouldn't be the main focus of the 25th anniversary, because they're still forgetting about modern Sonic and whatnot. But seeing the gameplay footage of Mania, it's looking pretty good. It's looking fun to play. I can't wait to try it out myself. When it comes out on PS4 or PC. Maybe the NX if I get one, because Nintendo is being... Well, Nintendo isn't all that great right now with the console department. They're just not doing... Well, they're doing really poorly right now. So, again, Mania... I'm not too excited for it since I didn't grow up in the Genesis days, but at the same time, I kinda am. Seeing how the game is looking really fun to play. So, there's that. Then now for the big one, the big discussion that I've been saving for last. You also got, well, Sonic Project 2017. Alright. That's something I was more excited for, because the thing is with Project 2017, it's really just the fact that we're finally getting a new game after 4. Well, actually, we've seen a trailer, a teaser trailer, after like 4 years. That's a long time, because the last mainstream game we've ever had was 2013. Well, Sonic Lost World in 2013. And any Sonic game we've had after that was either Sonic Boom or a mobile game. So finally seeing a trailer, a teaser image nonetheless, that already got me hyped. But nowadays, I still am kind of hyped, but at the same time, I'm kind of set in many different directions, because in the trailer we do get a much more darker, edgier tone, which it's not going to be like, say, Sonic 06 or Shadow the Hedgehog, God forbid. But it's still gonna, it's at least gonna be a more mature story. But at the same time, you also see classic Sonic, and I'm thinking, Generations 2? But Azuka said that it's not gonna be a Generation sequel, or a sequel of any kind. So, I'm wondering what this trailer is gonna be. Yeah, I mean, from what we can tell in terms of gameplay, okay, there wasn't really any gameplay in the trailer, but from what we can tell, I think they're gonna bring back the boost gameplay, which is pretty cool, considering, well, actually, now that I think about it, it would make sense considering this is the same team that brought us Colors and Generations, to spectacular titles that I think you should check out. But then you also, so they're obviously gonna focus on the boost gameplay, and really, it's just, I don't know. Again, it was only a teaser image. Well, at least a teaser trailer, I should say. So we don't know much yet. We just don't know much yet. Anyway, hey, that was it for part 7, guys. I apologize if I wasn't talking about the game all that much, but really, there wasn't really much new content, and again, I apologize that I couldn't edit out the deaths, and I think you know why. So, in part 8, we are gonna be, I think, either continuing on, or we're gonna be finishing off the game. I haven't recorded the rest of the parts yet. But, again, that is it for part 7, and in part 8, we're gonna be continuing on. See you guys then.